So this is really close to an abandoned bridge and right on the edge of a river, and you can kind of tell, you can see here, this grave is sort of sinking into the ground. It's very muddy around here. You can see similarly, a lot of these graves are beginning to just fall over. This isn't too terrible compared to what we've seen recently. In fact, it kind of looks like people are taking pretty decent care of this place. A few toppled graves, but overall, not terrible. In a very interesting setting. We're going to take a look here shortly at the abandoned ruins of the bridge that used to cross here. The road that we took to get to the cemetery. As you can see, where Adam's car is parked over there, the road comes down past that white barn and on down here, and then over here somewhere is the ruins of the bridge that once crossed. You can definitely see some signs of destruction, or at least a heavy decay here. Few fragments laying right there in the dirt. This is a very interesting formation right here. Having a central marker and then 4 little pillars. So this looks like 1888. Again, I'm having to actually read it off of the camera. It's a little bit easier. It's like there's a little bit more contrast and depth in the image. And a lovely looking description, at least, has some really fancy script. Although I can't really tell what it says. Oh, maybe watching it now you might be able to actually read it a little bit better than what I'm able to from here.
Kind of got like a bishop look if you play chess or a lighthouse. It's definitely withstood the elements a lot better than most, just due to its design. I see 1863, and it's leaning up another grave that could be as old or older. But someone was trying to put these two together, and this is the final spot they laid ever since someone did it, put those together like that, and it's just now becoming sunken, sinking down into the earth. Well, I'm surprised it's since it's laying flat like this, it's that preserved. But yeah, this one you can actually read. It's actually pretty elaborate. Whoever did the carving work. It says James M. There's not a lot of times you see people taking the opportunity to get out and really appreciate these old sites. Now, as you can see, this was a pretty big monument area. Probably a few graves here and a huge pillar, and that looks old.
Here's another interesting one. We see this quite a bit, actually. I don't know if it's a sign that somebody remarried, but again, if you see James Hoover passed away in 1879, and that would have been quite a late age in life for Sarah to get remarried. So it's very odd that there's no date of her death. So I'm not sure what happened here. And it says on this little side marker here, father. So maybe it's actually a sign that Sarah was actually the daughter, and maybe she got married and was buried somewhere else, possibly right next to her husband. This appears here to be some sort of a veteran grave. Looking at the age, it would have been the Civil War. You can see there's quite a few of them around here. Each one very similar and marked in a similar way with the American flag right next to it. I just love this view. Let's see, there's this little tributary here at the bottom of the hill, which leads into the main river down there. And the water is so beautiful. An amazing shade of green. And it's just so quiet here too. That's the first thing that really strikes me, is it's just so quiet and tranquil. The insect noises and the bird noises are just starting to come out again for spring. It's really quite an amazing place. Noticed a lot of these stones that have this sort of earth tone color to them. I guess that doesn't make sense. Probably all stones are kind of an earth tone color, but I mean this brownish marbling. I don't know if any of you out there know what it is. If it's a specific sort of marble, or I'm not sure exactly. Maybe leave us a comment and let us know what you think this is. This is definitely not the oldest cemetery that we've been to. However, I don't know, something's very striking about it. Maybe just the layout, how deep it is, and how scattered all the graves are. There's something quite different, something I really like about it. Murdy, I like that name. 1888. What if there is something that happened in 1888? I see a few different graves marked with that exact year, maybe a disease that was going through. This is another veteran marker here, very popular type of marker, the little star. I think I hear voices somewhere. Feels as if there's people in the woods or people on the farm down the road that are out and about. I think I hear more voices than just atoms. So the cemetery seems to continue on back. I'm not really seeing any markers back here though. Oh, here we go. Starting to see signs. Here's one clear marker right here. I think I see another one that's just a little bit further. Which is odd, just for being buried so far back. He actually passed away in 1910. Looks like this is just trash. I think that was the final grave. At least in that direction. And this would have been more heavily populated back in the day, especially with the bridge crossing just right down that way. There would have been a lot of traffic going right next to this cemetery, right by where Adam's car is parked over there. And I'm really not seeing anything else this way either. So weird. There must have been, I feel like these old graveyards just get rearranged a lot. You know, the layout that we see is not necessarily where the graves actually are, because it seems so silly to have these graves, or actually just one single grave all the way back over 100+ feet away from any other grave. You know, it's just sitting right over here on the side, and nothing else is here though. I mean, this whole space here is just emptiness. So, very odd, very confusing. Notice this grave actually has signs of fire damage all around it. I wonder if they found it kind of covered in brush and actually attempted to clear out some of the markers by burning the brush and trees away. It's kind of an odd practice. Yeah, it'd be nice if they took a little bit better care of these places. Seems like there's a little bit of disrespect regardless of the fact that someone comes back here and clearly mows the place and weed whacks.
Exactly.
But then it's like, why not just do a little bit better job than something like this? Just piles and piles of stones. So these might be some of these scattered stones that used to be in the back there. I mean, because it's clearly very empty back there, but there's one lone grave all the way back. So maybe this represents all those missing stones. Should go ahead and head on down the road there, check out the abandoned bridge.
Sounds good to me.
Well, what's left of it anyway. There's even a convenient little path.
I wonder if there could be other graves.
That'd be interesting. Supposedly there's some across the river.
Is this a piece of a grave?
It almost looks like a section of where the road ran through. I don't know if it's like old supports maybe for the beginnings of a bridge. I don't know. No, those look like sections of the road. See these big old concrete sections of the rebar coming through. Looks like an old section of clay piping right there. So we're definitely on top of the old roadway. This appears to be an old section of corrugated roofing or siding. Wow. It's almost like they came through and dynamited it. There's just chunks.
You're right, I guess. I don't know.
Whoa. This is really neat looking. Oh, you have some old bottles here. Very interesting. I was kind of just expecting old alcohol bottles, but you can see there's actually even old pottery. Almost like a dump from a building or something. I mean, that's pottery. This is very elaborate looking glass here.
Oh, this one here, this looks like an old one.
Mm-hmm.
Brown one.
Yeah. Well, you can see
Like quart bottle.
kind of these decorative looking wood pieces. And here's an old, looks like a cooking pot. Oh, that wood's definitely rotting. See even more piles there. There's even something, a little hollowed out section protruding into the side of the hill. What is that, an old sink or something? How weird is that? There's someone's 60-year-old trash. Yeah, that's definitely not this century. You can see the sections of the bridge over here. Check out that water. A beautiful shade of green. the old bridge, or what remains of the old bridge. And supposedly on the other side of this is another graveyard and an old abandoned township building that we're going to try and get into too. Look at this. See, this is, looks like an old 22 shell. Not so old. It's definitely still shiny. It's been fired off recently. And you can see here's more. There's shell number 2. Shell number 3. So somebody was firing at something from up here. Not sure exactly what they would have been firing at. So right here would have been the crossing. This is the main road that I'm actually standing on right now. It's just an incredible little bit of history, and it shows you a lot of times how ghost towns actually form, which is, you know, the road that once went through a very popular place just ceases to exist for one reason or another, and the whole area falls into decline. This looks treacherous.
Yep, keep holding on to it. Branch, tree. Raining a lot. Right, it's been running off recently. All the water we've been getting.
Well, I imagine.
It's too bad they couldn't clean up their mess, though. That angers me.
Yeah. Just an abandoned little chair. Someone's expedition out here, probably fishing. Oh.
Well, I was just saying on the camera, it's good to know that you're not falling and slipping on mud this time.
Right. This is about as far as we're gonna make it too. You see across there the other side, and hopefully what we will be to here shortly. But we're gonna have to make a couple mile trip around, because it's just not so easy anymore. Supposedly somewhere over there is another cemetery. So we'll see what happens here in a little bit. Maybe we'll have another cemetery and a few abandoned buildings as well. Alright, my turn to head on back up here. And then we're gonna hit the road. So we don't just slide straight back down. We're going to hit the road and head on to the other side of this. And that will most likely be in the next episode, and we look forward to seeing you then. Until then, make sure you subscribe if you want to keep a heads up on our adventures and join along on our journey. And make sure to give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Have a good one, everybody.